Okay, so this is going to be a tutorial on actually how to create areas in SS13 or Beyond Client. This will not be able to create it from scratch, but it'll be a simple thing. It'll be a simple tutorial how to create it from just basics. Okay, so I'll just start this over by just clearing up my space. Nope, this is a tutorial area. Okay, so you first started in this, you will see look to be this, your basic code tree. Well, your basic tree. File tree, file path, whatever. Okay, so this changes depending on code, as I mentioned before, but we're gonna actually, it's quite simple to actually find where you find your areas. You search areas, and you look underneath, you're looking for specifically underneath code, under game, and area, the folder. I'm gonna cut this out of the video, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay. Here we go. Areas is underneath game, area, and area is the folder. No, it is not. Oh yeah, it's underneath areas of folder. So, this is where you have all of your areas in the entire game. Pretty simple. It looks complicated, but it's not for purposes. If you're making a simple map, such as a room, or just a shuttle, it's simple enough. So, typically start off with a blank file path. Well, a blank code space. You can create a code by going to File, clicking New. You're going to use DM, not DMM, as a map file. You can use code file. And this is where you you'll enter in your little the name of your file. So you would typically whenever you select this file right here or here, click File, click New, click DM, click Areas. Here we go. So type your name. So his name would be simply make a random one. So potato. Okay. So the potato file, it's going to be a simple file path where you essentially, I'm going to just show you the basics of how just to brush it. This isn't really a permanent setup. This is for like just getting the basics down. So you typically want to find something that already has atmosphere or has already set up the way it's going to actually has all the code set up for you. So let's use mining for instance. You typically go here, Control C, Control V. Okay. You also want to find down here areas the file, which could be underneath icons, turf, areas.dmi. DMI is essentially the image format. Now, you're going to choose a random area in order to symbolize your area, or create your own. It depends on what you want to do. So, I'm going to choose dark I'm going to choose red for instance, which flashes. Okay, so, you're going to edit the icon state and put it as red, or the file that you've chosen to name it. So, red. This is where you're going to enter the name of your area. This will appear as the main file. This will appear as the main name of the area. So I'm going to name this potato. And this will appear as the actual name of where you're going to find the area underneath. So if you classify two things as area, it's going to appear as, we'll classify two things as, say, tomato. Then it's going to simply just put them together grouped, and I'll show you where it's going to group them. Okay, so essentially all you have to do is change. If you really want to change ambient sounds, it's up to you, but it's really just up to you. So I'm gonna change this to ruins because I like the ruin sounds. Okay, so this is a simple file. All I've edited was the icon, which changes the look of it, which you can find these here in areas, DJ or any of these, or create your own. Then I added the name of the file it's going to be labeled as, and that's simply it. So I'm going to, this is just me showing you that it actually worked. I'm going to click Open New, or Create New, DMM, and Work. Okay. Now, this is an important step that is quite necessary. You're going to want to go down here, click Update. Updating simply just makes sure that all these files are currently in the correct places. So, this file potato here will actually be put in its correct place underneath areas, along with Swade's test DM. This is just a test one I did a while ago just to make sure I understood what I was doing, which I fully do not. So, it's going to essentially go through this for a minute, so I'll just skip to past whenever it actually goes through it. Okay, so I did minor edits to this. I show off the fact you actually can have two areas in one file and make it look neat and nice, and have two different actual icons for each. So, this is actually two different areas inside the same folder. This is how it will look whenever it's finished. Simply, all I did was duplicated the exact same code, moved it down below. These are different. These are actually different file states that actually control what the properties of the area. Okay, this controls the sound of the area. This controls the icon of the area, as we stated before, and this controls the title of the area, as stated right here, banana. Okay, so these both are labeled underneath the title tomato, but you can change this to mine or whatever you wish. As you can see right here, this is labeled underneath Wild West. This is what they be under way missions, and all these are labeled underneath it. Each of these are essentially just file paths that are added onto this. It's a little complicated, but not really if it's explained properly, unlike I'm doing currently. So, to show you that these are two different areas, I shall draw half of this. I'll turn half of this into banana, and half of this into tomato. This line, so you see the shaded colors, meaning that they're both different from different files, thus have different paths. And also, this white line here is actually representative of different areas. So this will separate your two areas just to make sure that you know that these are two different areas. So if you have two areas with two different colors, you know they separate there. This has been a slightly convoluted and long tutorial on actually how to create areas.